Hello and welcome to the A to Z of Future Career series delivered by ISP. My name is Tag and I am the ISP Head of Future Pathways, and I'm delighted to bring you today's parent talk. At ISP, it is important to us that all ISP students are empowered to make informed choices to be successful now and in their transition to future learning pathways, ultimately reaching their destination of choice. We do acknowledge that ISP parents and carers play a key supportive role within this process. And through this series, we want to help you understand the value of students making informed choices about their future learning pathways and actually understanding your own role and responsibilities in empowering your child to do this. I'm delighted to bring you today the session with Tereza Reed, Associate Director of International Admissions at the DAVE School. DAVE stands for Digital Animation and Visual Effects, and they're based in Orlando, Florida. And she will cover a talk on future careers in emerging technologies. And without further ado, let me pass you on to Tereza. Welcome, Tereza.
Hi, welcome to this talk, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. Very excited to share a little bit of emerging technologies with you. Hello, I'm Tereza Reed. I'm the Director of International Admissions at the DAVE School, located on the back lot of Universal Studios here in beautiful and sunny Orlando, Florida. I would like to talk to you about programs and career in emerging technologies. This is just an overview. I have all the information and several links available in this presentation for further research, if anyone is interested. And I would like to get started just touching on the wide range of innovations that have happened in the past 10 years with emerging technologies such as AI, cybersecurity, renewable energy, biotechnology, etc. We're going to discuss in this presentation its transformative capabilities and the opportunities that it presents to explore new career paths. Let's get started with medical technologies. In the medical field, aside from traditional medicine, now VR is being present in several areas, such as virtual reality surgery, helping surgeons to train and adapt before they touch real patients, such as collaboration and preparation with mixed reality surgery, with difficult surgeries being attended by multiple professionals, even from different parts of the world. Senior living has also been benefiting from AI with virtual reality tours, virtual reality immersions for elderly patients who may have issues with memory, etc. And one that I think is very interesting and very recent is called teledentistry. Teledentistry is transforming the field of dentistry with different types of extended reality devices. And these are improving training and pain management. There's also very recent studies showing how VR is effective in pain relief, helping with controlled therapies. For example, people relieving trauma or post-traumatic disorders using virtual reality to overcome those. In terms of biotechnology, we have nowadays AI implemented in bioinformatics, analyzing molecular structures and classifying biological data. Drug design has also been heavily influenced by AI, because now with AI, we can predict protein structures faster, and we can also develop drugs faster and in a personalized manner, depending on the patient. In terms of nanotechnology, this is a field that I see a lot of growth as well. Nanotechnology is the study of the nanomaterials, such as graphene. These are transforming electronics. They have electrical conductivity, and these little materials can interact with advanced high-performance chips. So those nanomaterials allow quantum computing and sustainable manufacturing. They reduce waste and drive technological innovation. So this is a very, very new emerging field. If you have any kids interested in anything that is cutting edge. Let's talk about space technology. Nearby here at the Dave School, we have the Kennedy Space Center. NASA, I actually see the rockets when they go up in space from my porch. So I'm very interested in sharing what's going on with space. There is now autonomous operations. AI enables real-time monitoring and adjustment in satellite missions. AI is also helping with data processing from everything that satellites and telescopes obtain. That's making all the discoveries a little bit faster than in the past. And all the components of spacecrafts are now being also designed with the aid of AI. That's helping with communication and making them more reliable. Coming from the outer space to our little world down here, transportation, something that we all are involved with on a regular basis, is heavily being influenced and redesigned by new AI systems. There's a company that's very, very known and one of the big players in the world right now called NVIDIA. They developed sophisticated AI systems for autonomous vehicles. They integrate cutting-edge hardware and software. And this platform that they have enables vehicles to perceive and navigate safely and efficiently through various driving scenarios, like a pinball machine, right? And then your car, your vehicle, it avoids collisions and can be smarter than we are, I guess. NVIDIA also has deep learning and computer vision expertise supporting the creation of those intelligent systems. And this is going to eventually impact the automotive industry. It's a new technology, but it's already being developed on a very steady base in Asia and in the Middle East. This technology helps automakers and tech companies accelerate self-driving car development. Now, in terms of the bottom of the ocean, we went to the space, we went to Earth, and now let's go under Earth. Marine technology, a very interesting field. AI and robots have now revolutionized ocean exploration. They are now able to have AI vision and recognize underwater objects without us humans having to go down deep. And coral reefs, for example, vital ecosystems, they've been reduced in the past years. We almost lost 0.5% of our coral reefs. So AI, such as Google's Surf Perch, are now monitoring those coral reefs through what's called ecoacoustics. And they are able to find remainders of coral reefs and then aid in conservation efforts. I find it very interesting. So if you have any of your kids interested in marine technology, tell them to Google Surf Perch. Simulation and visualization, SimVis. This is more an area that we teach here in our university. VR is advancing rapidly. It's impacting industries like education, entertainment, healthcare with immersive experiences. There's obviously ethical concerns around the VR, such as data privacy, addiction potential, creation of misleading and harmful content, but overcoming those challenges and improving the user experience could make VR an integral part of daily life, requiring responsive implementation. It is a multi-billion-dollar field for business as well for education. Industry prototyping. You may imagine that this is something that has been heavily influenced with the new 3D printers. But there's also some other items. AI is now improving efficiency and accuracy in the design process itself. And the combination of 3D printing and AI is advancing manufacturing, making it faster and more sophisticated. Let's move on to architecture. This is a picture of the Museum of the Future in Dubai, where I was just there 2 days ago, on the bottom right. This museum was completely designed using virtual simulation, and the design is poetry in Arabic language. inside this museum, you have simulations of how the future may be. So let's get into what AI is helping with. AI is transforming architecture by enabling smart, sustainable buildings and cities with improved energy efficiency and automation. AI optimizes space usage, enhances performance, improves user experience. And now we have AI urban planning solutions creating more efficient, environmentally friendly and livable cities. This is all happening already in several cities around the world. In terms of military visualization and simulation, this is a field that has been evolving rapidly in the last 50 years. Some of the technology that exists today in military applications is not even available for us to study or refer to. But 10 years ago, for example, they already had VR and AR. Today, military visualization is helping with immersive simulations to train soldiers and pilots in combat, to develop simulations and strategic planning. AR helps fighter jet pilots to have real-time data overlay. For example, the pilots can, when they use goggles, they can see through their aircraft. As like, you probably remember the Wonder Woman invisible plane. So basically they can do that today. They can see through, and because of the way that the cameras are set up and the mapping is transformed into AR information in real time. They can also use controls using their eyesight. The career opportunities include roles such as defense analysts, simulation programmers, visualization experts, etc. So do not disregard that field. Interestingly, if you have kids studying game development and game production, like we teach here at the Dave School, they can work in those fields because the type of software and the type of pre and post production utilized to create a video game is the same as you would use to create a simulation to train a soldier or a simulation to train a doctor. In terms of urban design, something that is very important as well nowadays, I wanted to mention the Line project in Saudi Arabia. If you haven't heard about it, look it up. NEO, N-E-O, and the Line. This is a futuristic design. Eventually, this is a city that will span over 100 kilometers, and it will include autonomous transportation systems, smart infrastructures, and extensive green spaces. It's also going to be carbon neutral. They already started developing the Line, and when they have the next World Cup, there will be a soccer stadium built on the very top of one of the levels of this multi-level city. So it's very interesting to keep an eye on it. Water management, also many careers, including data analysts, because AI and data analytics now can process water usage, water quality and distribution to enhance management strategies. AI now can predict demand, detect leaks, optimize resource allocation, and boost systems performances, and also help with sustainability. So it's a whole new area of career that is being started, I think, about 5 to 7 years ago. Let's talk about entertainment industries. We have a lot of experience with that. We have our grads working in several applications involving AI and virtual production. As you may know, AI is transforming game development. There's now enhanced gameplay. AI improves gameplay by creating more realistic simulations and dynamic content. Now AI can help tailor and personalize player experiences and adapt the games to individual preferences, and also optimize game performance and design. So there's a lot of innovation right now happening in the gaming industry. So if you have a kid interested in video gaming, it's not about playing the video games, it's really about developing it, personalizing it. It's about customer experience, user experience. There is a lot of new industry opportunities for them in this field. Something that sometimes people don't think about, but it's a very trending industry as well, is theme park design. So this is the Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi, which I have just been by also this past week. And this is a theme park that was completely designed with the aid of AI VR. It's all based on Ferrari cars and Ferrari experience, speed, etc. So interactive elements in VR enable engineers and designers to work together, incorporating interactive features in VR into the rides, enhancing the thrill, enjoyment of theme park experiences. There's also more engaging storytelling because they can use to create more immersive and captivating experiences for the visitors. And one concrete example is integration of VR into roller coasters, where you can use VR headsets and transport the riders to digital worlds synchronized with the physical movements. So it's very interesting and very exciting area for our careers as well. Now let's move to law and ethics. This is also developing. If I talk to you maybe next week, there will be something new happening in this area. There's a lot of ethical challenges at the moment involving data privacy, algorithm bias, accountability, etc. I'll give a concrete example. AI algorithms in criminal justice systems, they're used for predicting recidivism and assisting in sentencing. That raises concerns about algorithm bias and its impact on fairness and transparency. This means that here in the United States, criminal justice sometimes use systems that predict the possibility of somebody reinciting a crime, somebody who committed a crime doing it again. So the algorithm is using to do that. That can be biased, and that can impact fairness and transparency. So what's happening today is a drive to responsive deployment, addressing these ethical challenges, and this will require careful ethical guidelines. This will require regulatory measures, ongoing monitoring, etc. So anybody interested in law might have a whole new law field to work with. Other emerging fields, there are so many, but they may include cybersecurity, such as security analysts, ethical hackers. Those are the hackers who try to undo what the bad hackers do. This is a thing. There are ethical hackers that are hired by several companies. Cryptographers focusing on protecting digital systems and data. There's also career paths in artificial intelligence, such as AI engineers, data scientists, machine learning specialists, and in renewable energies, such as solar engineers, wind energy technicians, energy analysts, etc. So many, many new areas to research and to possibly consider. So in terms of skills and education, what does a student need in order to be prompt, be ready to engage in those fields? The first thing that I wanted to mention that is that time is value. So even in education today, a lot of people are afraid of AI, but if you use AI in a responsible manner, it really helps to save time. And by saving time in repeated tasks, you may then create more open possibilities to use your creativity in something else. AI accelerates problem solving, allows educators and students to focus on understanding concepts rather than tedious calculations. It makes learning more efficient and personalized. So the skills for emerging technical careers include analytical thinking, problem solving, technical expertise. Those will be essential for navigating and innovating in these fields. In terms of educational pathways, STEM degrees are key. STEM degrees help obtain specialized certifications, and embracing continuous learning are crucial for preparing for careers in emerging technologies. I want to repeat that. If you have students interested in those emerging technologies, pursue STEM degrees. That will be the quicker pathway. So the future is here. We all saw the Olympics. It was very interesting because we had a paralyzed athlete who walked with the Olympic torch using an exoskeleton. His name was Kevin Pratt. He was paralyzed 11 years ago. I added this because I wanted to show how AI can be positive and can improve quality of life. The company who did that is called Wondercraft. They currently are creating even new technologies, and they are doing a lot of research in various sports using exoskeletons. That's an image of Kevin. And in conclusion, here I wanted to just go over what we discussed. It's important to look into specialized programs, focus on fields like AI, cybersecurity, and renewable energy, featuring curriculum that is hands-on. It's very important that the colleges you look to engage with have industry partnerships because the industry is moving so fast that if you just have a very heavy traditional curriculum, you won't be able to really engage and be prepared 3-4 years from now once you graduate. Look for flexible learning options, different learning formats. Look for global opportunities, continuous education to cater to diverse students' needs. Look for tech infrastructure, highlight and advance tech labs, research facilities, innovative projects, anything that showcase commitment to collaboration and innovation. In new technologies, nobody is working alone. It's all about teamwork. It's all about collaboration and sometimes virtual collaboration across the globe. So being open to collaboration is very important. Career services industry and industry partnerships are key. We need to make sure that students have access to success stories, to industry connections, and they transition smoothly from academia to industry. And then our university, for example, is positioned as a tech innovation hub. So look for institutions that are preparing students to become future tech leaders and innovators. Those are references that I have for you. Everything will be available in this presentation later on. At this point, I would love if you want to submit any questions. I'll be happy to send a response later on directly to you or through ISP. And I wanted to thank you for watching this presentation. This is a photo of our campus. We're inside Universal Studios, and we try to be engaged with new technologies every day. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Teresa. That was very, very interesting. And I love the fact that it covered so many different disciplines within, the future careers, including law, which we know will be transformed. At ISP ourselves, we are upskilling our educators worldwide to keep up with the pace and innovation within AI, and not only kind of implementing AIs to improve approaches of learning, but help our educators understand how it can help as well. And I think, there's a lot of ethical questions around AI as well. What would be your advice, Teresa, to parents of children looking into emerging technologies for their future careers? How would you advise them to support their children to explore these opportunities?
That is a great question. It's very important to keep your children open, allow them to experience different types of online learning. There's a lot of free workshops in different fields nowadays. There's lynda.com when they can experience a little bit of training in different areas. But the most important thing is connect with the career counselor, because the career counselors being exposed to different universities may be able to then funnel the students' interest in that specific field. Each one of those fields that I discussed is very wide. There's a lot of jobs that do not exist today. So we are basically preparing those students for careers that don't exist, for titles that don't exist. I would say just keep your minds open. Let your children explore as much as possible until they find the area that really piques their interest, and work with your career counselors and ISP to further narrow down opportunities. ISP does a lot of work helping the students be exposed to training, to different types of materials. I think that's key as early as possible, as early as you can. Since they're in ninth grade, I think they're already very curious and very ready to explore.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, within ISP, you know, the pillars that we have to support the students to identify areas of passion, to hone in and harness areas and skills and life competencies that will, you know, enable them to embrace careers of the futures that are probably unknown at the moment. But you gave a good hint, I think, as to the direction that many of the careers might be going, which is quite exciting. Analytical skills seems to come up quite often. Would you say that that is a key kind of life competency? And are there any other skills that parents should be looking out for the future as well?
Oh, definitely. I will give you a very simple example. If anybody has ever tried AI, like ChatGPT, nothing's going to happen if you don't give it a proper prompt. It's all about what you ask. It's all about your critical thinking to drive the experience and to drive the results. So the future is not going to be about executing repetitive tasks. Is going to be about conceptualizing what you want and conveying it in a very direct manner so it can be executed accordingly. So I think analytical skills are key. I think rote memorization is not going to be something that people will need to focus on in the future. And again, as I mentioned before, the ability to collaborate and work in teams and be open to critical critiques and feedback is very important, because you will be always iterating and making your responses and your results better.
Okay, well, that's very interesting food for thoughts there, for, you know, parents to support their child with exploring in the future. Obviously, ISP, we have our ILOS programs as well that our schools are supporting, which are international learning opportunities for students, which are fantastic and vary from, you know, different programs that can really help students harness those skills and areas of passion. Tereza, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you talk to us about emerging technologies and future careers. It's very, very exciting. Thank you very much. We will share the links shortly. So thank you very much, Tereza.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.